What's going on YouTube? This is Austin here from Austin and Dakota coming at you again with another video for you guys today. And today, first of all, happy WrestleMania Day, everybody. It is the eve of WrestleMania. Here we are. WrestleMania 40 is tonight. But for today's video, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. And I'm going to be doing a discography video, a ranked discography video. I saw Motley Crue Forever 1 do this, so this is kind of an idea. I got this idea from Motley Crue Forever 1, so big shout out to him. Link for his channel in the description box below, and I'll also link the video that he did in the description box below. He ranked Drowning the Light's discography, and I'm going to rank now the discography of Drowning the Light. For those that don't know who Drowning the Light is, Drowning the Light is a Australian black metal band, I believe out of Kiama, New South Wales, Australia. Got to start back in 2004. He released some demos and then eventually his first full length, which is on this list. We will get to it. I have the list written down here, so that way I don't lose track. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into the list. So coming in, Drowning the Light has 17 full albums. I believe when Motley Crue Forever 1 did his video, he only had 14. So he has 17. I just got done listening to his recent album, Honor of the Deep. And I will feature this album on my list. So we're going to go and jump right into it. So we're going to go from 17 to 1. So coming in at number 17 is On Astral Wings of, I believe, Wamphiric or of Amphiric Shadows, something like that. I'm just going to say On Astral Wings. You know what album I'm talking about. Is it the album that came out in 2020? My least favorite Drowning the Light album, just because I say it's my least favorite, doesn't mean it's a bad album. I like the album. The production, the musicianship is really good, very spot on. I mean, Crypt of Nocturnal Spectra is Within the Womb of a Dragon, the best song on the album. Drink the Clairvoyant's Blood. Yeah, really love that album. That is a very, very good album. But, yeah, just because I think it's a bad album, or just because it's my least favorite album, doesn't mean I think it's a bad album. I find that album to be really good. I kind of wish Drowning the Light around this time kind of got back into the groove of DSBM, especially with their first few albums. We'll cover those albums as we go through the list. So that's number 17, On Astral Wings. So coming in at number 16 is A Pact with Madness. Pact with Madness, I didn't find that to be that bad either. I found it to be really good, very experimental. He kind of, Asgore really strayed away from DSBM after the first few albums. But, Pact with Madness is very experimental. Very good stuff, though, overall. The musicianship is spot on, as a lot of Drowning the Light's albums are. They're very good. This one's very experimental. In a way, it is. And it's really good. So, that's number 16, A Pact with Madness. Alright, so coming in at number 15 is the album from last year, his most recent one, Honor of the Deep. I just got done listening to it a little bit ago, and I found that album to be very good. Kind of him returning to, or not fully returning to DSBM, but more of an atmospheric kind of sound to the album, if that makes sense. Especially with songs like Towards the Grail, My Soul Rusts with the Waves, as Death Creeps Closer with the Tide, especially in the last track, The Forgotten Cry and Kingdoms Below. Oh my god. Amazing stuff. Musicianship is upped so much. Production upped so much. It's really, really good. I wouldn't say that's the best Drowning the Light album to start with. We'll get there though, and I'll tell you which one is a good album to start with. But that is number 15, Haunter of the Deep. Alright, so coming in at number 14 is Catacombs of Blood. Again, I believe Asgore was experimenting here. Found this one to be good as well. The vocals are absolutely amazing. It's kind of not really ear-puncturing, but it's kind of in that realm. But at the same time, though, the production, it's a bit gritty in parts, not really cleaned up like his later albums. But it's really good. I mean, fragmented and unrealizable, Entrance to Illumination, Burial in the Rain is such an atmospheric track. You could probably sink in and get into that kind of like that deep, dark depression in a good way. Eyes of Onyx, This Darkest Hour, yeah. Overall, the album is very good. Kind of pushing the boundaries of almost full-on DSBM, but not quite. But yes, very, very good. So that is my number 14, Catacombs of Blood. That's number 14, Catacombs of Blood. Coming in at number 13 is From the Abyss. His album that came out in 2016. This album's good. I love this one. Asgore went for a different kind of a vocal, a different vocal approach with this album. And in my opinion, it paid off in the end. It's really good. The different vocal approach just adds more interest in the album. It keeps me wanting to come back and listening to it. I mean, from Old Mountains to Lost Seas, Below the Horizon He Stalks, self-titled track, Rise, Under Satan's Mighty Horns, Despoiler of the World We Know. Yeah, it's really, really good. That album I would definitely recommend you guys check out if you haven't. And I agree with Motley Crue Forever One when he said this. This is a good Drowning Light album to start with.
Oh, hi, Oz.
I would have to agree.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was my brother. But I do agree. From the Abyss is a good album to start with if you're not familiar with Drowning the Light. But yes, good album overall. Number 13, From the Abyss. Now at number 12, people say this is their favorite Drowning the Light album or Drowning the Light's best album. And I can see why. Number 12 is An Alignment of Dead Stars. Asgore was still going for the DSBM route for this album. However, it was kind of starting to wear off towards this album. But with that being said, it's very good. The album left me speechless. I found it to be excellent. Not really a DSBM kind of vibe, but I kind of get a vibe from it. I mean, The Cult of Shadows, The Flame, Drinking the Sacrament of Eternity, Revenge of the Impaler, and especially the song Gone. You can really tell that he was trying to get back into the groove of DSBM. He was getting there. And in my opinion, it paid off. So that is definitely one album I would definitely check out. So that is number 12, An Alignment of Dead Stars. So coming in at 11 is Oceans of Eternity, the album from 2011. Oceans of Eternity, not one of the strongest albums by Drowning the Light, but still one I find to be really, really good. The production, the musicianship is absolutely phenomenal. I love the riffs, the guitar tone. It's really, really good. looking at these tracks, self-titled track, Oppression and Tyranny, The Key Still Not Found, Drifting Away in a Sea of Sorrow, and especially the last track, The Ruins Are Thrown and the Bones Are Spread, A Hymn to the Apocalypse, something like that. Really, very, very good. So I would definitely check this album out. So that is number 11, Oceans of Eternity. Alright, so coming in, we're into the top 10 now. And I am trying to find the other album that Johnny the Light did. But at number 10, while I look for it, is The Master's Empire. I believe the album was called The Master's Call. I'm surprised that the album name got changed. I do enjoy that album. However, the only thing that kind of killed it for me was the vocals. The vocals were all right. Not Asghore's best vocals in my opinion, but it's still enjoyable. I like the album a lot. But fair warning though, watch out for the high-pitched or the high-piercing scream towards the last track. That really scared me. But yes, that is number 10, The Master's Empire. But yeah, that is a great one. Alright, so coming in at number 9 is Cursed Below the Waves. Cursed Below the Waves is one of his best albums. One that I don't see a lot of people talk about. I think Johnny the Light overall, is a very underrated black metal band. And Cursed Below the Waves is just absolutely mind-blowing, especially when we talk about songs like Phantasms of a Frozen Dream, Crashing Against the Shores of Oblivion, self-titled track, and it's really short, it's only 7 tracks, but I think with what Asghore was doing, it was working on this album, and man, really, really good. I really enjoyed it for what it was. So at number 9 is Cursed Below the Waves. Alright, coming in at number 8, and I might butcher the name for this, but I think it's Varkolatsi Rising at number 8, the album from 2017. I think that's how you pronounce it. I freaking love this album. It was pushing the top 5. It really was. It really was pushing top 5. But I put it at number 8 because, again, it's a good album. I find it to be one of the more stronger albums. Excellent album. If you like some of Johnny the Light's early material, like Drowned, Through the Noose of Existence, which I'm going to talk about, you really like this album. I mean, Blood-Covered Moon of Arkalachi, Lycanthropic Tyranny, From Stardust and Woe. Yeah, From Stardust and Woe, man. Oh, my lord. Absolutely mind-blowing album. That album alone, man. I could just listen to that one all day long and not get bored. So that is number 8, Varkolatsi Rising. So coming in at number 7 is The Blood of the Ancients. Blood of the Ancients is a phenomenal listen. He's pushing DSBM again with this album, but I feel like that the DSBM was starting to wear off a little bit, and it fully wore off on one specific album, and I will talk about it. But he was pushing DSBM again. The boundaries were like no limits when it came down to Asghore. And this album, Blood of the Ancients, shows. Looking at the tracks, So Far From Home to start things off is great. Chamber of Lost Hope, The Darkness is the Guiding Light, great song. Servant of an Unholy Plague. Best track on the album, though, is Lunar Reflection and Blood. Yeah, Absolutely love that song. I really love the album as well. So definitely check that one out. That's my number 7 with The Blood of the Ancients. So coming in at number 6, we're almost into the top 5 now. Coming in at number 6 is the debut album Drowned. Drowned, it really had a a very strong DSBM sound. Especially when you look at tracks like An Eclipse of Sorrow, A Golden Age Turned to Rust, Alone in Thought, To Know Death, Suffering. But yeah, that album alone, you can really say he was pushing DSBM, but at the same time, though, not fully pushing it. But especially one album in particular, and I really can't wait to talk about this album. But yeah, he was starting to show signs of DSBM on the first album, and it showed big time. So that's my number 6 with Drowned. Alright, so we're into the top 5 now. So coming in at number 5 is To the End of Time. Yeah, 2007 was a big year for Drowning the Light. He released 4 albums in that year alone, and absolutely incredible stuff. To the End of Time being one of them. It's kind of a mix between Drowned and Through the Noose of Existence. It's a very nice blend of those two. So if you like Drowned and if you really like Through the Noose of Existence, you'll really like this album a lot. I mean, looking at the tracks, self-titled track, great to start off. Severing All Ties with This Mortal World. The Obscene Right of Possession. Requiem to the Remaining. Where Is Your Pride? Absolutely love that song, man. Absolutely love that song. It's very atmospheric, very dark sounding, really DSBM sounding, and it really paid off on that album. So yeah, number 5, To the End of Time. I was looking at my tracks or my list here, so that way I don't get off track. Coming in at number 4 is A World Long Dead. Again, Asgore pushing DSBM here. I think the first several Drowning the Light albums, he was pushing the boundary of DSBM, especially I believe the first 4. After one specific album, he kind of started tailing off DSBM. But A World Long Dead really showed that he could do DSBM. In my opinion, I consider Drowning the Light to be DSBM with most of the albums that I mentioned, in my honest opinion. But yeah, World Long Dead really reminds me a lot of Drowned. Very atmospheric, very dark, very depressing sounding. Looking at the tracks here, and it's only at 6 tracks. It's not a really long album. Dark Whispers of Torment, very good. Mysterious Anguish, Fate Forged in the Name of Satan, but The Haunted Ruins to start things off is absolutely incredible. The Haunted Ruins of a Vampiric Soul. Yeah, 100% definitely check that album out. So that is my number 4, A World Long Dead. Now, Motley Crue Forever One had this Drowning the Light album at number 3, and so do I. Number 3 is Of Celtic Blood and Satanic Pride. By this time, Drowning the Light was kind of starting to tail off DSBM a little bit, but it's still a fantastic album, even though he was tailing off DSBM and trying to go for a different sound. It worked, in my opinion. But yes, Of Celtic Blood and Satanic Pride is absolutely amazing. I think the production got a little bit cleaned up here. Not fully DSBM, but it's still a really good album. The Cry of the Wolf, great way to start things off. Self-titled track. Lucifer, He Who Lights My Path. Absolutely love of Celtic Blood and Satanic Pride. That's probably the second best Drowning Light album to start with. So yeah, that's a great one. So that's my number 3 of Celtic Blood and Satanic Pride. Coming in at number 2 is, and I think Motley Crue Forever One had this ranked kind of low. I have this one pretty high. Number 2 is Through the Noose of Existence. This album is just pushes DSBM to a T, and I mean to a T. If you want a good sounding DSBM album, this is the album to start with. If you're getting into DSBM, give this album a listen. Because everything about this album is DSBM. I mean, Haunted Seas, Forgotten Marshes, Echoes of My Demise. With the rain comes torment and the slow draining of life. That song alone makes this album worth the title DSBM. Like, I've never heard anything so depressing. Nothing like that at all. And the album itself is amazing. So that's my number 2. Oh my god. I can talk about Through the Noose of Existence all day. Like, all day I could probably talk about that album. So we come down to the number 1. And I agree with Motley Crue Forever One again. Number 1, I have to go with it. Number 1's The Serpent's Reign. The Serpent's Reign is my favorite Drowning the Light album. This was actually the very first Drowning the Light album I ever heard. There was one song off it specifically that got me hooked, The Mark That Lies Beneath. Yes, I absolutely love this album. Front to back, back to front, all killer, no filler. So freaking good. Yeah, I love this whole album. Looking at the tracks here, The Mark That Lies Beneath, Winter Rain and Tides of Change, The Birth of a New Age, The Unforgotten Treachery, Ghosts of the South. Yeah, you can really say that Drowning the Light really found their sound on that album alone. And it shows. It shows 100% that Drowning the Light has a bright future ahead of them after the release of that album. So that's my number 1, The Serpent's Reign. Alright guys, so that's it. That is Drowning the Light's discography ranked. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments. Something a little bit different on the channel. If you want more, like I said, let me know in the comments. And give me a band. I would love to do it. I've got one band in particular that I'm going to be doing next. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please comment, like, and subscribe down below. Be sure you hit the bell so that way you don't miss any more videos like this in the near future. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys next video.